One of the best crypto trading strategies I've been using over the past couple of months is trading with crypto trading bots. I've already shown many of these bots over the past couple of weeks, but I wanted to quickly make one more update video about how exactly they work, what the good sides and the bad sides of this are, what my returns have been over the past couple of months, and my projections. I will also be doing a couple of different trading moves in this specific video. So if you're wondering, how did I set it up? What am I doing with them from here on forward? I'll be explaining all of that, hopefully as quickly as possible. But first of all, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you press that like button and realize nothing I say in these videos is financial advice. I'm giving you a video update on my exact trading strategy, why I think it's a good idea for me, but I make no guarantees to you. And I hope this all makes intuitive sense. I will explain kind of more the thinking process behind it. If this is something for you, you'll have to figure out for yourself. Having said that, the first few links are just to either open an account or claim yourself a nice little bonus. And then there are always some bot links down below that you might want to check out. And I also left a longer tutorial down below so you can check that out if you want. And by using that link down below, you do get yourself some nice juicy deposit bonuses. But let's talk about what these things really are, right? So the long story short is that you basically set up parameters. For example, if we can scroll down here a little bit, we could take my XRP bot, right? One of these, this is my oldest one I've got running right now. It's been going for about 100 days. If we take a look, I placed a certain amount of capital inside of it with a certain amount of leverage, in this case 5x. We were able to take out about 124% as of this point, of which 40% is grid profits, 84% is unrealized P&L. So what does this all mean? Let me break down these parts. So this is exactly what I put in. With leverage, this means that every single dollar we have is, leverage is going to act as a bit more. If you don't understand that concept, give it a second to look it up. The grid profits, this is the most interesting part of the bot, as these are grid bots. So to explain it, we have to look at this part right here, the price range and the grids. So what I've basically set up for this bot is a price range from $1.80 to $3.96, and this bot will basically operate within that margin. Right now we're at 317. So it'll basically buy all the way towards $1.80 and sell all the way towards $3.96 in increments of 474. So basically from $1.80 to $3.96, it takes almost 500 steps at which you could be buying or selling. I'll show you in just a second. And in this case, it's done that about 11,500 times now over the past 100 days. So in this case here, just in the last 24 hours, it's traded about 160 times. And we can see all the stats, for example, how much of a loss it was at some points, how much of a profit it was at over time. And one really beautiful thing is that even if the price goes sideways, as long as there's volatility, the bot is buying and selling, which is why I'm kind of using it as a de-risking tool. The reason this difference from a normal leveraged position that I also usually have open, here you can see I've got 1.5 or 1.7 or something like that $1 million worth of positions open as well over on Bluefin, a platform that I use mostly for just normal leverage trading. The reason they are different is because with a normal leverage position, you open it and the price either goes up or down. But it's not really selling or buying much unless you actively buy in or you actively sell out, which I also do. You can see we realized $40,000 and still have $223,000 we could cash out, but I'm not because I just want to let it ride. And we've been buying a lot. All these green little dots are different buys we went for, but that's all manual. The difference being with the other one, so the bots, it's not buying your full position. Let's say we wanted to do 5x leverage, 50,000, 50,000. It's not buying the full 50,000 all at once, because it's got to keep some money for buying as the price goes lower, and it wants to sell that as the price goes higher. So if we take a look at the XRP bot I mentioned, I have a few XRP bots. I have some that are denominated in dollars, some that are denominated in XRP. We could take a look at this one as well, right? Here we put 50K in times 5. It's about $60,000 in the profit and $18,000 what are they able to grid out. To talk about this gridding out, you can see, right? The market has been going up and down, and that caused our unrealized P&L mostly. In this case, this shows the total profit, but this mostly to go up and down and up and down. This number never goes down, the grid profits. Why? Because it's just what it was able to cash out from buying as the price went lower and selling as the price went higher. And if we take a look, it's only long 34,000 XRP. Relative to the whole size, you think of 50,000 times 5, right? At these old prices, but basically 50,000 times 5, you think $250,000 is what it should be long at, which obviously will be closer to 80,000 XRP or so. But that's the nice thing. It just keeps a lot of the funds on the side to be able to buy that dip. So if you scroll through the transactions, for example, you can see exactly what it's doing. It's got different buys and different sells placed in already all the time. And it also tracks exactly where it bought that specific chunk and where it's trying to sell that. And basically, it does not necessarily take that much profit each and every time. But you can see all the different buys that it's already got in and where it's waiting for the selling. And yeah, it's the core principle. It's pretty simple. So now I think you understand a little bit about what the bot's really do and why it's better sometimes than traditional leverage, just a normal long. The reason it's worse than a normal long is if the price goes straight up. Remember what I just told you. This is only like 40,000 XRP long instead of a full 80,000 that I would normally have with 5x leverage. If the price goes straight up, a normal one could have been easier because, well, the unrealized P&L in this case here would have been way higher. But a normal long would not have grid profits. These grid profits is only because I've kept it open for 81 days and it did not buy the full amount. It's been buying and selling, buying and selling. This is what it did basically automatically. The unrealized P&L is just from, well, I bought in with a good amount at 211. Right now it's 317. This is what it's up. If the market goes down from 317 downwards, this will be down. If the market goes up more, this will be up. This is a continuous process. I should say both of them are continuous, but this is like as the price moves up and down. This is as the orders go and fill. Now, I've also got two different strategies for this. One, actually most of these are all dollar denominated, meaning I put dollars in and I hope to get dollars out. I recently opened a few new ones, also coin margined, and that basically means I put, here for example, 5,000 XRP in, and the goal is for it to cash out more XRP, more XRP, more XRP. In the last 8 days, we were able to cash out 200 XRP. Even though we're down, right, because the price has fallen, so we're actually down. I have another strategy. This is, in dollars, it's more down because obviously everything is denominated in XRP, but that's a nice little thing for just keeping my XRP on the side with some leverage though, right? But if we look, I have one more strategy, which is my 10K to $1 million challenge. I started this with $10,000 and the goal is to get it up to $1 million, hopefully in the next few years. Yes, people think, oh, what? You're doing something over the next few years? Yes. It's pretty hard to turn $10,000 into $1 million, but I decided to try it out and show it for all of you and seeing if it works. Thus far, we've done pretty great, turning our 10K into 40, all publicly. Every single one of these trades has been done here. And I realized, okay, it is time probably to cash out some of these grids, the 4.5%, and reinvest it again. Because every 5% we put it back in with the idea of doing that 95 times so that we eventually get to our $1 million number. And right now we're almost at 5%, but I decided to just do it today to show it all in this little tutorial. So there's normally a compound button, and that's easier when the market is moving up. In this case here, because we're down significantly, I'm gonna be doing it a different way. I've never done this in this way, but I'm gonna release the profits, which are gonna be 1817.33. So we can click here on release profit. Let's see, we just press all. In this case here, it'll take the 1817 out, right? So let's just quickly press OK. Let's see what happens now. There we go. We took the $1,800.17 out. And now I'm going to be adding an investment. In this case here, I'm going to be adding 1,800. And what was it now? 1817.33. I'm going to be adding that back in to hopefully lower our average price slightly. Let's just quickly press OK. Here we go. There we go. So right now it's gotten to up about 42,000, and theoretically speaking, this would be best to time as well, to try and do this at the lowest price I could possibly do it, because again, I'm basically just buying a little bit worth of XRP at now $3.17 instead of potentially at $2.95 like yesterday. But it was just to showcase here in a video, and now all I gotta do is just hope that the price doesn't go that much against me, that our liquidation price is hit, because that's another part, right? Because we're using leverage. Or just add more margin by using this button right here. And that's basically to just lower your liquidation price, but obviously that means locking up some money for it. It's just to basically lower the leverage. And now just wait another few days, hopefully, until this cashes out enough again in grids for us to put it back in. But realize that the more volatile it is, the more of these orders get filled, so the more we make, but also the more the more up and down your total P&L will also look. Because here you can see for the most of the duration, it's been at a loss, but that doesn't really matter because it's still sometimes able to sell on those tops, That's how we were able to get to a pretty juicy number over time. But also because we had the XP price with us, right? We started at 236, right now it's 317, and that's also why the entire thing was at a few $1,000s for the profit before. But again, we still have a lot of time. Even if the market goes against us, it's all good, And anyway, if you wanted to, again, this is not advice, I'm just saying, hey, if you wanted to, there is a link down below to all my bots. You can see a full link of all the ones, the results, how they've done, and you can copy them pretty simply. You can always just make your own and figure out if it makes intuitive sense for you. I just wanted to quickly make a video showcasing what I've been working on. A few of them have not been doing too well, but again, give this some time. Look at the grid APR, look at it. If it just keeps continuing on, and one thing I also do is if the price is down tremendously, I actually buy the dip by adding more investment as things are down. That basically means I'm buying more coins as the market moves down really, really hard to still average even the bot out before, which is how 𝗕𝗁𝘀, if we go back to the most profitable one, how 𝗕𝗁𝘀 went from my worst performing bot to my best, because when the market was down like 50% or so, I added more 𝗕𝗁𝘀, and now as the market moved up, obviously this is done really, really well as well. But funny, because of the grids, you can see that even though the Bitcoin price right now is lower than where we opened the bot, we're still in a little bit of profit. And sometimes you can still be in tons of profit because you either bought lower at some point, so it averages your price out lower, or because of the grids that it was able to cash out over time, leading you to be in profit even when the price is lower, which is some of the nicest thing about it. Anyway, this is the main thing here. You can see 𝗷𝗀, for example. We got in at 0.3, right now it's at 0.27, and we're still up 15%. 𝗕𝗂, we're up 23%, even though the price is significantly lower. You get it. Makes a lot of sense to me. It's pretty freaking cool. 𝗕𝗏 is another good example. It's only up like 2 cents, right? We bought 132, it's right now 134, but we're up 80%. I'm loving it. It's one of the coolest things I've ever found out about, and I hope that it makes intuitive sense to people. If it doesn't, skip it. That's what I like to say to people. Just skip it. But for some people, this is like an eye-opener, and they're extremely happy that I told them about these things. So that's why I'm sharing it right here. And again, if you wanted to learn more about it, I've got a tutorial, a longer one down below, or the video where I bought into the Bitcoin and XRP bot if you want to see me go through that process. And I've got some links down below to all these different bots. You can check it out. And yeah, again, not finished advice, nothing of that sort here. It's just my thoughts, my strategy, and how I'm implementing it. And that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching.